Let's talk some sports, baby.
Taken by Iguodala. Iguodala to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by Jones.
And remember, make tomorrow better than today, and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby.
All right, guys, going to finish off with rapid reaction. A lot of topics, a little bit of time. Let's go, Drink.
Let's roll, baby. In a video conference with reporters on Wednesday, Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield said he's working hard on the field and staying quiet off of it. Jay, do you see this approach? Do you see this approach continuing?
I'll put it to you like this. I'll believe it when I see it. Good luck. Ravens left tackle Ronnie Stanley is coming off an all-pro season and wants to become the NFL's highest-paid offensive tackle. Is that a reasonable request?
Listen, I think he has as much of a right to being the highest paid tackle as any other tackle that comes off an all-pro season. Because that's what happens. Every tackle that has all-pro season, I want to be the highest paid. So, hey, why not, man? Drop your hat in the bucket, too. Good luck with that. The Basketball Hall of Fame is pushing this year's enshrinement ceremony to the spring of 2021 due to the coronavirus pandemic. Is that a good decision?
Yeah, I think so. It's just given the climate that we're in right now, and it's one of those situations where you'd probably rather wait to do it next year and try to have some sort of gathering, whereas if you try to go ahead and push it this year, it'd probably have to be held in some virtual form, and that just seems wrong for a Hall of Fame enshrinement. So I'm glad that they're waiting until next year. On Wednesday, UFC middleweight, the greatest of all time, Anderson Silva challenged the UFC undisputed money fighter Conor McGregor to a 176-pound catchweight bout, and McGregor has accepted. What are your thoughts, Drink?
Hey, well, to be honest, I'm a little surprised. McGregor has a lot of options on his plate right now. This one kind of came out of nowhere. Anderson Silva sent him a tweet. He answered the tweet, and here we are. Either way, this fighter do good numbers. It's two legends going against each other, so he'll do good numbers. And it's another nice name for McGregor to add on to his resume. So I definitely tune in. So it'll be interesting. Kentucky and Notre Dame will begin a 3-year series this fall in basketball. Are you excited about that?
I'd be a little bit more excited about if Notre Dame was a little bit better in the state of their program right now. They've been a little down here recently. I don't know if they're ready to jump back and be elite next season. But if Notre Dame can get it together in the next year or two, these could be some compelling matchups. Pac-12 is allowing voluntary in-person workouts for all sports to begin June 15th as long as the local governments allow student athletes to return to campus. It's a good sign.
Oh, yeah. Somebody finally invited the Pac-12 to the party, baby. Look, here's the thing. Hey, out of all the Power 5 conference, the Pac-12 was raising the most concern about when it will open up. To be honest, the Pac-12 was the conference that made the NCAA president say, hey, some people going to start their season at this point. Some people going to start their season at this point. To hear this, it seems to be that all the conferences will open at the same time. Because if the Pac-12 is on board, that's pretty much the last conference of the Power 5. So it's definitely a good sign for football to be played this fall. So definitely a good sign. Broncos running back Melvin Gordon isn't concerned about playing games without fans and referred to his last few years with the Chargers by saying, bro, we didn't have fans that came anyway. What's your reaction to Gordon comments?
In one word, laughter. This is probably the most hilarious thing I saw all week, and it's absolute true statement. I mean, think about this. The Chargers are I think they're the only team that plays 16 road games and has to use silent counts when they're quote unquote playing at home. Teams like the Steelers just come in there and you're in Los Angeles and just terrible towels are everywhere. It's a disgrace. And oh, by the way, Gordon is coming off that season where he held out for about a month or so, and the holdout resulted in nothing. It was a fruitless holdout. So he had this one in the bag, ready to go. Still in the same division, he ready to throw some salt in that wound. Meanwhile, Jason Terry is joining his alma mater, Arizona, as an assistant coach. What do you think about that?
Nothing much, really. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. It's a good start for him. to get, starting in the coaching ranks, but it's assistant coach. Now, if they would have said he was the head coach, then I'd be like, oh, now we're talking. But assistant coach is a good start. We'll see where he goes from now, and it should be a good addition for the Wildcats. But that's about as much as I look at it as of right now. Georgia has added another transfer quarterback in JT Daniels, the former starter for the Southern California. What do you think this quarterback move mean for Georgia this offseason?
Well, I think the moves in the offseason at the quarterback position by Georgia were necessary. We know Jake Fromm was gone, went to the draft this year. And in years past, Jake Fromm ran off any competition, the likes of Justin Fields and Jacob Eason. So the cupboard was bare behind him. They needed to get some guys back in there to reinforce things. And I think with Jamie Newman and now JT Daniels, they got a chance to remain competitive and be a challenger in the SEC for the next several years. Last one, tomorrow evening on ESPN in Las Vegas, Nevada, from the UFC Apex Center. It's a UFC welterweight main event between the number 1 ranked welterweight contender Tyron Woodley and the 6th ranked contender Gilbert Burns. Who you got, Drink?
Hey, listen, man, this is going to be a really good matchup on one of the better lineups since the whole coronavirus came down. But if I got to pick a winner, I'm going to go with Woodley. Because of his championship pedigree, he possesses power like no other. He did knock some guys out. And this moment won't be too big for him, being that he was the former welterweight champ. 5 rounds. He did done 5 rounds numerous times. And this will be Burns' only his second fight, I think, at a 5-round push. So, yeah, I'm going to give it to Woodley. But I would say this, if Woodley was to lose this fight, he's going to slide, and he's going to slide hard in the welterweight division. And Burns evidently will move up in the ladder if he wins. So very interesting on the impact of this fight to the welterweight division.
All right, that concludes today's Drink of Wisdom. I'm Cody Ward.
I'm Jay Wise.
And I'm Nathan Drinker. And remember, make tomorrow better than today, and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby.